We are at the Motoverse festival by Royal Enfield in Goa, and a lot of crazy things are happening here. But one of the most interesting aspects is the unveil of the Flying Flea's second bike, that's the S6. So this bike is a scrambler. Unlike the earlier C6 that was launched last year, the primary usage of both the bikes is city, but they can also be used slightly in an off-road condition. So let me tell you something about the history of Flying Flea. Flying Flea were the original bikes that Royal Enfield had supplied to the UK Army, and these bikes were actually airdropped using parachutes from a plane. And Royal Enfield has tried to keep the same design philosophy alive. The bike actually looks pretty simple, pretty nimble. So you can see that the tires have been designed with slight off-roading in mind. One of the most interesting aspects is the battery pack. So the battery pack that you see here, it is encompassed in magnesium fins. So these magnesium fins help the bike stay light and help it dissipate heat in a much more faster manner. We don't have the details of the battery pack capacity or the overall range expectations, but what we know is that the bike does not support fast charging, and there is a port here inside this part, and you plug in the cable that is provided by Royal Enfield, and that the output of the cable, you can just plug it directly inside any 3.3 kilowatt power socket. So the charging rate for the bike is 1 kilometer per minute. That means if the bike's range is 100 kilometers, it will take you approximately 1.5 hours or so to charge the whole bike. The road clearance is very, very high, and this makes it a bit of an off-roader. And you also see the touch screen here, the TFT console here at the center, and it has a lot of connectivity features. Another important aspect is that the bike is able to sense the lean angle of the ride, and depending upon that, the ABS inside the bike auto adjusts. So if you're leaning too hard, the ABS might reduce a little bit to avoid sudden slippage, and the ABS is also completely, you can turn it off. So that's another good feature. So this is the parachute logo, again inspired from the original Flying Flea bikes that were airdropped almost 80 years back in World War II. The specifications in terms of the powertrain are almost similar to what will be there in the C6. Although the top of this bike has been increased to account for more off-road capability. That's it from me as of now. Take care. Bye bye.